When you think back to your childhood, tell me about who you want to look at.
I don't have a sister, so
I'll click that off.
but otherwise they are all prominent things in my childhood.
I'm now going to select the cards. When you were ill as a child, Claire, did you get care and comfort?
I got parent comfort from my father.
From your father. So I'm going to pop it in that. It's like a drawer of a filing cabinet, really. I just slid it across and popped it in there. Anyone else offered that to you?
My teachers at school did.
Okay, so pop that in there.
And that's it, really.
That's it. Lovely. Creativity, praised and encouraged. Anyone do that for you?
My teachers did.
Yeah.
And also my father.
And also your father.
Yes. My grandparents, yeah.
Okay, lovely. Pop it in the drawer. Emotions understood and validated and allowed to express them. Were feelings okay when you were a child, Claire?
My feelings weren't accepted by parental family, but they were by my faith and also my friends.
Physical comfort?
That was complicated.
That was complicated.
That was very complicated. My grandparent was definitely that card.
Good.
The moral compass came from Claire's faith and her teachers, and she found physical protection for herself and also in the place that faith provided for her to go. She could make mistakes and not feel shamed or punished. This message came from her brothers and her father.
Did you feel celebrated? Birthdays, maybe Christmas, achievements?
I did at school, so teachers.
Yeah.
But also I found that for myself.
Defended, trusted and believed.
Oh, that was my grandparent, yeah. Also complicated, yeah.
Joy and laughter, playing together, finding things funny.
That was my friends.
Yeah.
And my brother. And in a way it was also my dad and my granddad. That's nice. I like that.
We continued working together, and Claire explored issues such as privacy in the home, quality time, love of animals, financial help, and so on, working through the cards. And it was interesting how often her granddad came up and how faith came up, how important that had been to her in her earlier years. School seemed to be a safer place than home, which I thought was interesting as she chose the different options. On the whole, she was very positive and cheerful as she chose the different answers, even though some of them raised questions for me. It gave so much information about the client, and it was really helpful as a counsellor to observe both what she chose and how she chose it. All the time I was aware of the mother box being completely empty, and I was wondering how we would discuss this and how Claire was feeling about that empty slot.
So we've been through the cards now, and what we can do is what we call reviewing them. Now, what strikes us both dramatically? We have an empty box here.
We have an empty box. I think most of what's in complicated is probably shading that box, but can't go into it.
Let's just go through so we can go on the little magnifying glass, and that shows you the things that you chose here. How does it feel looking at what your father gave you?
I'd say that feels, when he was around, that was what he was able to give.
Thank you. Now, this is a very key player. Wow.
Yeah. When I sort of did that box, I was mainly thinking of my granddad, such a strong man, basically my compass and my rock.
Wonderful. And you were also very clear that you got a lot from school.
I did. In my head, it's always been I escaped there, but
yeah,
sitting there doing this, I'm like, actually, there was a reason that I did that, because look what I was getting.
Yeah. Now, another big front runner, everything you got from Faith. And you said this was a bit of a surprise in a way when you began to see how much a difference it made in your childhood.
I think I hadn't appreciated that, although I was never a constant at any place of worship. I read so many different religious texts. When I said I found this for myself, I did.
Thank you. I didn't get this at all. Two key elements. One was financial health and one was privacy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to comment on that, but I'm just showing you what was there.
Yeah.
And it was complicated.
It was.
Does this make sense to you as you look at it?
It does. I think of a lot of these core needs, particularly these ones, as double-edged swords. I felt like I was getting them, but there was then a trick. There was something on the flip side.
And these, I didn't get it at all. I found this for myself and it was complicated. They tend to be the areas that we would continue to work with. Have any of the labels changed now?
Still no sister. I have a husband.
Okay, so I'm going to add the new label, husband. Yeah.
I would kind of put in-laws as one grouping.
Yeah. Yep.
Work, and then for me a pet.
A pet.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Everything else stays. Grandparents still alive?
Not the one I was focused on before. So.
Do you want to remove that?
I think so. Yeah.
So let's go through the cards again.
The new people in Claire's life had made a dramatic difference. There was a lot more kindness when ill. Her creativity was more widely praised. Her feelings were okay with husband, in-laws, work, friends, teachers, faith. There was a great spread of blue at that point, and we celebrated that together. And safe touch came from husband, friends, work, and her pet. And the moral compass was there. This was an interesting one because faith, friends, and husband I'd expected. I had not expected that her mother would finally get a vote. But she did add it was complicated. And so it continued with the rest of the cards, filling up the boxes one by one.
Reviewing that, you finally found a label for your mother.
And again, it's one of those flip-sided things.
Yeah.
Yes. And same for Dad.
Dad had a lot more, didn't he, when you were growing up?
He did, but I think I found other stronger male figures who showed me more.
And of course, look at this, your husband. That's an amazing lineup.
Yeah, that's him. And there's so much more to him than that.
A tremendous blessing there. And I was also, touched by how much it's his parents, is it? Are we talking about?
It is. They're teaching me families.
They're teaching you family. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And your friends, they're a big deal for you, aren't they?
And most of these are through my adulthood. People I've met, they're not the same as childhood.
And your teachers have been hugely important, and of course work now.
Mm-hmm.
And your faith continues to offer you a great deal.
It does. It does.
And we have a pet. What kind of pet do you have, Claire?
A hamster.
A hamster.
Honestly, gives me so much, and I in turn can return it.
Claire, thank you so very, very much. What does it feel like to have seen all those resourcing cards?
Quite impactful. There's something about having the time and being able to see it as you spread it out and go, actually, that is so true. So
what was it like? Say a bit more about using the cards.
I found that they were really easy to actually understand. The picture and the writing, really, I didn't have to try and decipher it. And seeing almost the choices all at once, it was like, okay, that can go there and there.
Yes. Yeah.
So I myself really liked the ability to go, look at how many places I found it.
Yeah. I'm so grateful to you, Claire. Thank you so much. And I celebrated with you, with your lovely smile. So many things to be thankful for now. We've all got work to do, but a lot to celebrate.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you so much.